What do you do when the boy you raised stands in court and calls you a monster? It feels like standing inside your own grave, listening to the dirt hit the lid while you're still breathing. He didn't look at me, not once, his voice steady, his hands folded the way they taught him. She'd trained him well, my ex-wife, my former partner, my former everything. The courtroom was cold. The air vents hummed as the judge nodded, and then his gavel dropped. One strike, and my life ended. She got the house, she got the cars, she got the business I built from sweat and missed birthdays. All hers now. I didn't argue, didn't blink. I stood, straightened my jacket, and walked out while they smiled behind me. Let them believe they'd won. Because I already knew how this story would end. It started long before that courtroom. Before the staged accusations. Before the coached tears. It started the day my son stopped calling me Dad. He started using my name instead, cold, flat, like a stranger he owed nothing to. At first, I blamed the divorce, figured she'd whispered poison into his ear, but little things felt wrong. She never spoke in front of him, only texted. He wouldn't look at me during drop-offs, wouldn't hug me. Always holding that new phone, the one I didn't buy. When I asked her about it, she smirked. He's growing up. Maybe stop being so controlling. I didn't respond, not with words. I watched and waited, because deep down I knew there was rot under the paint. The digging began small. Phone records, account names. A trail of shell companies led to one man, Sean, her new boyfriend, a man she'd known 6 months before she filed for divorce. Then I found the recordings from the smart home system I'd installed myself. She never changed the password. Late-night voices, laughter, moans, and then my son's voice. Mom, is Daddy coming back soon? No, baby. He's dangerous. He left us. She wasn't just lying. She was rewriting me. Then came the video. My son, eyes down, repeating lines she fed him off screen. Say it again. Daddy yelled at Mommy. He scared me. They filmed the lie until it sounded real, then played it in court. After the verdict, I waited 2 weeks. Let them sink into their stolen comfort. Let them think they'd buried me. Then my lawyer delivered the letter. Registered, notarized, time-stamped. Inside video files, bank statements, hidden footage. A letter for my son, and another for the IRS. I didn't want to destroy her. I wanted my son to know I was never the monster. But when the call finally came, it wasn't from her. It was from him. Dad, how could you hide this from us? There it was, us. Even now, he still stood on her side of the line. I saw the videos, he said. You were telling the truth. I didn't know. You did know, I told him quietly. You just didn't want to see it. A week later, she showed up at the restaurant where we'd once signed our partnership papers. She didn't sit, didn't order, just trembled, holding my letter. You destroyed everything. I met her eyes and said, no, you did. The business seized for fraud and misuse of funds. The house back in my name. She'd forged the paperwork. We traced it. The car's gone, the accounts frozen. Her empire of lies turned to dust in her hands. She asked if I'd planned it all along. I told her no, but the truth is simple. The moment my son lied under oath, I began laying bricks quiet, precise, patient. She reached for my hand. I pulled back like it burned. Then I set one final envelope on the table. Custody petition. He was old enough to choose now. And he knew. He moved in with me 2 months later. Didn't call me Dad, didn't call her Mom. He barely spoke. But one night, after dinner, he finally asked, "Do you hate her?" I stared at the wall for a long time. then said, "No, hate takes energy, and I've got none left for her. Only for truth, only for you." He nodded, didn't cry, neither did I. She taught him how to lie. I taught him what it cost. Now he knows the difference. She can keep the ashes. I kept the fire. And if you think justice always comes from a courtroom, you've never met a man who built his own.